But yes, I am excited for Comrade Superman.
Comrade Superman.
Did we talk about Brightburn already? Can't remember if it was this group or another group.
Nope.
Brightburn.
Definitely not.
Brightburn was a really good movie. As like the what if Superman just was like actually sent to invade the Earth instead of being sent there to seek salvation and become a hero. And
Ah.
uh, I think it's been enough time where I can say it without it being like horrible spoilers. I still want to see it, but it has a really good twist ending, and I missed it because I left early, but apparently there's post credit scenes where there are other super kids turning super evil that include like an evil Aquaman that's throwing sharks at people and implications of an evil Wonder Woman too. And it was like, oh, they need to make this a series instead of that shitty Justice League that they made.
I
Like
mean,
just
I think for that we have The Boys.
that's
Apparently,
fair.
I haven't watched The Boys, but I've heard very good things. So
I heard that was good too.
yeah. Also, unsurprisingly, Travis Willingham will be in Superman Red Son.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No doubt he's going to be a deep voiced, charismatic character.
Perhaps Lex Luthor.
Oh, is he supposed to be Luther?
I don't know actually. Let's find out. I know the reason I say Lex Luthor is because I know Lex Luthor is becomes the president of the United States
Yep.
in Red Son.
Oh, he does that in a lot of continuities.
Yeah.
And I mean I think the Injustice one or one of the evil timelines, Superman basically is just like, I'm sick of your shit, President Luthor, and he just laser beams him to death in the White House.
Oh,
Just like melts his face.
isn't that what happens in Injustice?
Oh, no, in Injustice he does that to Joker. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because the Joker sets off the nuke in whatever Superman city is, and
Metropolis.
Metropolis, yeah.
Metropolis, thank you. Yeah, and like Lois Lane is strapped to the nuclear bomb and is pregnant with Superman's kid. So he's just like, Batman has given you so many chances, and it's clear that you're the type of person who will not learn. And you killed the two things that I actually care about more than upholding my no kill policy that, us superheroes have. So fuck it. And he just laser beams the Joker to death.
Yeah. So the cast is Jason Isaacs is going to be playing Superman. Lex Luthor is being played by Dietrich Bader, who's an American Housewives.
Oh.
Amy Acker is Lois Lane. Vanessa Marshall's playing Wonder Woman. Phil Morris is playing James Olsen. Paul Williams is Brainiac. Let's see. Sasha Ruiz is playing Malefic. Phil Lamar is playing Hal Jordan, John Stewart. Roger Craig Smith is playing Batman. Jim Muskemon is playing John F. Kennedy. And Travis Willingham is playing Superior Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. William Selliers is playing Joseph Stalin. And Winter Ave Zoli is playing Svetlana. And that's what we have.
Superior.
I don't know who Superior Man is either.
Well, it made me immediately think of Hyperion, who is the Marvel version of Superman, who also has a bullshit power set, and they're just like, we're just never going to use him in any of the major comic plots because he can fix everything.
Superior Man. Appears in 3 Superman comics. I have a feeling he is the alternate version of Superman.
Yeah, he's like the knockoff American one that they slapped together.
Yeah.
The Russians have a superpowered man. We need to make our own, damn it.
And he'll be better. It'll be better.
Faster, stronger. He's superior. Superior man. And then he probably just gets destroyed.
Yeah, probably. I have no idea. I have no idea. All right.
I think we're good, Kelsa, to get rolling.
Yeah. I should probably actually look at my notes. Might
Notes. Who
it
needs
might
notes?
help.
Maybe.
It might help.
Oh, I was
Right.
gonna ask. Was Io he him or they them?
Io is he him.
Okay, cool. I had that right then.
I have way too much information about Io and also not enough.
But I could always make more.
So freaking true. Hold on.
More information, you say?
Look, I took some notes after last session. It's fine, don't worry about it. So after last session, we did some flashbacks. Or during that last session, we did some flashbacks because we started at the beginning of the race
Yes.
in order to pick up on some downtime. But according to my notes, Saint, you only got one.
Oh, okay.
Rindis, you got 0. And
Got
Rhys,
what?
you got 2, but one of them was your free one.
What did I get 0 of? Sorry.
You did use
Flashbacks to downtime?
Oh. No, I didn't do any flashbacks for downtime. My
what
flashbacks
I'm
were
saying.
for other shenanigans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So today, you're each going to have 3, well, Saint is going to have 3 downtime actions. Rindis is going to have 4 downtime actions. And Rhys is going to have 4 downtime actions, but one of them is free and restricted. So
One of mine is.
We'll do all of the downtimes.
Yeah.
so much downtime.
so technically, some of these took place earlier, and we can do flashbacks to the ones. We'll start with the flashbacks to the ones that happened before the race,
Right.
and then we can move on to the ones that happened after the race.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm down. I hadn't thought about what I was gonna do except for indulge my vice once. But yeah, so much downtime. But yeah, I think I should pursue my beliefs, my belief or drive.
Wait,
probably.
no, I did have a couple of downtimes last time
Did
because I indulged my vice to clear some of the.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did. I just forgot to mention that because
I
you
cleared
did
the
that.
vice, and I think I did the repairs for the ship, which was a free action.
So that was a free one, but you still have one left over then.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 3 like I do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Lots of downtime. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember especially because she hooked up with the alien and the dog. Not necessarily the alien and the dog, but
Right, the alien who has a dog.
the alien who has a dog. That's probably a better way to put it. Fudgy. Never forget Fudgy.
I have
Never forget Budgie.
because so our crew has insight training, right?
It's on the crew's character sheet.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I believe we do.
Yes, you do.
It's 100% it.
Because I have a good idea for my first one from last time as a flashback. And that's to train prowess. And obviously, what it was for Flashball was, getting used to her bike, freaking just racing, doing some practice races.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm mostly doing that because I was 1 tick away from prowess, and now I am no ticks away from prowess.
Yay!
Now I have a new prowess thing. I got to figure out what I'm putting it in, but I'm probably going to either get Helm 3 or get my first thing in Scrap.
Those are both good choices.
Yeah.
Why would you need 3 helms?
So I'm really good at helming. Look, the more helms you have, the better, obviously.
Obviously.
All the best people have more
All of
helms.
my D&D times tell me that doesn't stack.
Helm. I'm just gonna
What
turn.
god do you follow? Helm?
I'm just gonna turn this into TF2. It's gonna be a space themed hat simulator.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Helm 3. Fuck it.
All right, I'll mark that on the thingamajigger.
I fly good.
Can you fictionally position Helm to stand in for Scrap? No. I mean, I guess technically, if you would like to drive a spaceship into somebody, We didn't have a
Bam!
You
game
hit
where
him
that
with the
happened.
spaceship.
Hit them with
You're
the
playing
spaceship.
Spelljammer.
Look,
That
we have a mining drill. We have to we practically have to do that.
listen.
Fix the mining drill, or did we fix the mining drill? I don't remember.
No, we have a
played
mining
game
drill.
Spelljammer, where our pilot crash lands the ship, killing everyone on board in order to kill a horde of Illithids and beholders that were swarming our ship.
Mm.
But we had one person who was not on the ship and also a Rod of Resurrection because we're playing Spelljammer and it was crazy and off the rails.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
so our one crew member off the ship takes the Rod of Resurrection and revives the cleric, who then goes around to revive everybody else. But we all had to fill out paperwork because he worshipped the god of lawyers, and we all had to
God.
file paperwork in triplicate anytime we got healed.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And there was like a thick packet if you were getting resurrected. It was fun.
I would have printed it out in real life just to be that jerk. It's like sign here and here and here.
Oh, I've made contracts as handouts for players before. It's so fun doing those. Because they were like, shit, we have to read all of this. It's like, you don't have to read the devil's contract. You can just sign it. And they're like, no, fuck that. We're reading
I mean,
it.
what do you think we do every time we accept Apple and Android's agreements? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
it's like just checkbox this terms and services. It's fine.
It's like firstborn.
read the privacy policies and stuff, people. It's important.
It is important.
It's always important.
It's
Um,
fine.
so let's see. Yeah, so Flashbulb does some practice races. That's the big
That makes perfect sense to do before a big race. Absolutely.
yeah. It's a flashback, but it was like before the race, but it's a whole weird time thing.
Before or after the race.
Time is relative.
It turns out this was like actually like the closing credits of last episode was
Yes.
you going and doing all the pre-race prep.
Yeah.
We just didn't see it last time, so we
Well,
had to,
I think the thing was it's the last shot was the like the bike stopping and opening up and like her like taking off her helmet and like sweeping her hair.
yes.
Sweeping her
Flawless.
beautiful neon blue hair.
Yes. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. All right. Anybody else have an idea what they want to do for their last week's flashback before we start moving into this week's downtime?
So for last week's flashback, I think I want to train prowess. And hang on just a second.
So that's say
I'll also take a train for my last week flashback.
All right. Yes. Everybody trains. That's all good.
yeah, we all train. We train together. We also lift. If it's everybody's doing prowess, we literally all lift together.
I mean, I could put a tick in prowess.
I mean, the thing again, the thing is we have insight training, so
Mhm.
that's technically the most XP you can get. But you know, it
I mean,
depends on what you're
insight training would be great too because I'm 3 from filling that for
going.
another one.
Ooh, so you could get 2 from this.
Yeah.
I
could-
mainly just want to up my skulk because I feel like we're very much lacking on stealthiness.
If last week was any indication,
Exactly.
yeah. I was not good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of not good at it. So everybody trained prowess?
I think so. Yeah, we're all pumping that iron.
All right. Great. What so now that that's taken care of, who wants to train what next?
Oh, who wants to do their next flashback?
My
it's
my
now-
flashback training would be
Right.
Oh.
the insight training. Yeah.
Oh, you are doing insight training? How
Yeah.
do you train insight?
She would be
What
doing.
does the insight training on the ship look like?
She would be training up Rig, so it would probably be her reading manuals, helping Flashbulb work on their bike, and just doing various things to read or get her mechanical skills caught up because she's been kind of not focusing on that so much, and she went heavy into hacking lately. So she's like giving herself the mechanical refreshers and tweaking the bike and fixing the ship and all the stuff she's been doing
Sure.
lately to help reinforce that.
Cool.
I was gonna say something about studying and Kasumi just watching everybody else do their thing.
Mm-hmm. She puts up a YouTube tutorial and watches everybody else work.
I should say studying. Yeah.
Studying. She's like, yes, I'm studying too.
Knowing how Kasumi is
Yep.
studying.
Study.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but
Alright.
we're all caught up from last week's, from the sounds of it. Now we're on this week's.
Yes.
This week's.
Now we're on to our current downtime.
Yay!
The race is over. Flashbulb has won, and Ellen's car. Car is not the right word. Mechanical Beetle is missing, along with a few other familiar faces who have up and disappeared.
Mm.
A lot of the other racers are still kind of hanging around in the area, though.
Mhm.
If you wanted to speak to any of them, or specifically avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
I had one more question about the racers. Actually,
Yes.
you said Thrace was a member of the 51st? Was she an officer? Do we know that, or just know that she's 51st Legion?
I don't think you know that. I don't think you know where in the hierarchy she lands. Just that she's here, like the rumor is like she's here under the radar from the 51st Legion.
Cool. That's I might
whether she's on vacation or AWOL.
The two racers I'd be interested in when we get to it are Io and Thrace, but one of the things I got to do is indulge my vice.
Yeah, I have to do that as well.
Yeah, how are you gonna indulge your vice?
Well, we're on a planet that definitely doesn't have a place to do it, so
very true.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, sorry, not to interrupt you, but for a quick question, since we're on the topic of indulging the vice, when your stress maxes out and you gain that trauma, does it reset or does it stay filled until you can clear it?
It resets.
Yeah.
Okay.
It resets plus the pips that you had that would have gone over, is the way the book explains it.
Okay, cool. So I won't need to indulge my voice because that stress is back and I got the trauma because it went over. Cool.
Yes.
Sorry, you can continue.
That's a very valid question.
Yeah, it was just going to determine what my downtime activities were if I had to clear that stress too.
It's a good thing to ask because it's important. Yes. Because we're sticking around here for now at least. Basically it's a case of, because currently Flashbulb is kind of still like hiding the fact that she's part of this cult. It's a case of finding somewhere secluded to go and commune with her ancestors.
So she has like a little stash for emergencies.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a stash. It's a let's see, emergency communion devices.
Emergency communion devices. I love it.
Sure. I like it. Okay. Great. I have so many questions. What does it look like? Where do you go?
The first one I can describe. The second one we're going to find out. It's the first one, like she you see her most of the time like with a face mask on, so like it's her. I think what it is, it's a full helmet that she puts on, and there's a like it's a full helmet with the like kind of like modern gas mask thing where there's like a big like air tank out the side, but instead of the air tank it's that like glass filter, which is the
it has the thing in it, nebula gases.
Yeah, exactly. It's that weird like fantasy, kind of has like gold inlay and all that kind of stuff, very fancy glass filter thing. But the rest of it is like very much just like, basically it just needs to like encase her head. So yeah, it's a full like I would say probably like military, like sci-fi military, like spherical helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, like it looks like the Cadian Imperial Guard helmets from 40K, but like fully encased rather than like having the whole face open.
Sure. Okay.
References.
That's one way to do it. So yeah, where do you want to go?
It would ideally be somewhere secluded, so it'd be somewhere away from the ship.
Okay.
Because the crew is already angry enough with flashbulbs smoking all the time.
Well, I mean, this is going to be fully contained in your own helmet, though.
Still, they might be suspicious, and
Sure.
also one of the crew walking in would be odd.
Sure.
Face would be like, I approve. All your smoke is stuck in.
Why don't you do this all the time? You might start asking other questions.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I think because there's like not really anything else on this planet, right?
No, there's like there's hardly even any abandoned buildings. Like after they gutted this place, like they then stripped the buildings of steel because no one needs to be here.
Yeah.
So
I have an idea actually. It's gonna be outside the ship, but like she's just gonna close up her bike on top of her and do it.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So yeah, that's what she's gonna do. If somebody shows up, well, it is what it is. That's how I get XP.
We can we can definitely oh wow.
Yeah. I guess I'll do it for Rindus since Rindus isn't here. Forge Breaker, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gift subs.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Because I think usually Rindus does that. So, but thank you. We appreciate it.
Well,
definitely. So let's roll a die to see if anyone comes to bother you while you're all
Should I indulge first or should I roll the die first?
Indulge first.
Okay.
Is there any chance you can overindulge?
No, I actually have 6. I know, I wish.
Well, darn.
Yeah.
Just like, damn.
5. All right. Almost full.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to just roll a fortune die to see if somebody shows up?
Yes.
Okay. Just 1?
Yes.
0?
No, just 1.
Just 1. Okay.
Just 1. And high means that you are fine, and low means bad stuff.
Okay.
Well, interesting stuff. Bad is definitely a.
That's a 1.
That's about as long as you can get there.
Yep.
Okay. So I think what happens here is when you finish and you like come back to yourself and you take off your helmet and you go to like step out of your bike, Choss is leaning up against it.
Of course he is.
And he's just like chilling, waiting for you to come out.
She puts down the helmet. Choss?
Good of you to join me, Flashbulb.
I mean, you're on my bike.
You know, I knocked.
I was a little busy.
He frowns a little bit. Weren't even going to say hi?
I was going to, but I got, things to do.
I think you're so special with your first place win.
She kind of shrugs, just like, look, I wasn't gonna do the race and not at least say hi. That's just rude.
Yeah, it is.
Even for you.
I'm over here saying hi right now.
Look, I'm sorry that you didn't win,
No, you're
that
not.
I'm the better racer.
No, you're
Kind
not.
of shrugs.
Neither one of those things are true.
Uh-huh.
I was like, the modesty. So
She
I'm
is
gonna
kind
figure
of,
out how you cheated.
there was no cheating. I
No.
mean,
not on her part.
yeah.
Face like very slowly and awkwardly in the background, like lowers the ramp to the ship, like, oh. And he, like pokes his head out, and he's like, "She's not sorry."
Look, you wanna do a one-on-one race or something? Like, you want a fist fight or something like that? Let me know, but if you're just gonna be like this, I got better shit to do.
Then the intercom's gonna chime in, and instead of it being Face, it's Kasumi. You two should just fucking get it over with.
He's like, I see you again. I'll take you up on that offer for a fist fight. But I don't expect to see you again.
I hope not. And she like pulls her sunglasses down, show her gold eyes, just like, you better not.
He walks off like he won that conversation. Like that's like the
Sure showed her.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She pulls her sunglasses back up, just like yeah, gets her helmet, takes the like filter out of the helmet, and gets on her bike and brings it back into the ship.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Who else would like to do a downtime activity?
So I need to indulge my vice. So I was actually planning on calling up Carmen since we're here.
You're gonna call up Carmen again?
Yes.
I see.
Did you even wait a couple days before calling
Yeah, I was
him?
gonna be like twice in one day.
I mean, Face is insatiable. What can I say?
You got all of these racers though, too.
I mean, that's true. I guess, let's see. I don't have the list of people anymore.
So the list, you've got Io, who's the like Native American looking, possibly clone dude.
Mm-hmm.
You have Ellen, who was the person we were supposed to sabotage, who got her mechanical beetle thing stolen.
Yeah.
Stay away from Remulon.
Go ahead.
So Remulon.
There's Remulon. Remulon, 17th Theta is the Gumby looking alien. Larissa, she's the one wearing.
She explains it all.
It's Larissa, and she's wearing like a leather jacket. I think Face can tell it's actually real animal leather. Like, that's not very common in this space age, but that is definitely what she's wearing. There's Chas, who just had a very pleasant conversation with Flashbulb. And then there's Thrace. She's probably she's the redhead. Yeah.
Also a member of the 51st Legion.
Yes, also a member of the 51st Legion, and you know that because you're the one that that found that out. That, just in case, for those people who are not aware, is a faction of the Hamajic military. And so like she's either here undercover or on vacation or AWOL. Like one of those things, probably.
So those two actually sound very interesting. I'm interested in Larissa because of the jacket, and I'm interested in who was the redhead?
Thrace.
Because I want to find out that story.
I'm not sure that indulging your fights with her is the best way to find out that story, but you
I mean,
try.
It's
it's
her
not the best way to find out.
Well, the other things to find out are: is her first name Kara, and is her call sign Starbuck? I'm sorry.
I mean, if it's anything like the last Starbucks, she was awesome. So,
Mm.
all right.
Sounds
so
like Larissa though, because that jacket, but also Thrace. Either one.
I
Up to
don't
you.
know. I think we're gonna go with Thrace because I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued? Okay.
I'm intrigued. I like them both, but I want to find out what's up.
Let's see if you can convince Thrace to indulge in this tryst.
Right. Consort.
Sure. How do you approach?
So where would I find her?
Like I want to say like the water cooler. I figure that there's like a green
We're at work. I'm like, come
Or-
here often.
for the racers. Like it's probably more like just like a tent with like a dispenser of Gatorade or whatever.
Mhm.
Like it's not anything super fancy because this is a highly illegal race, but at the same time, like still take care of our people. Like this is not like a couple of kids in a back alley racing for pinks. This is a very organized event.
Right.
It's just organized by pirates.
Mhm. So probably what I'll do is I'll bring 2 glasses and my expensive space scotch off the ship.
Mm.
And I would walk over and I would say, would you like anything better? And like hold out one of the glasses to her.
So she raises a perfectly manicured eyebrow. Oh, what's that then?
This is some space scotch I procured on a job.
She eyes you as she takes one of the glasses and she like smells it.
I'll take a sip first, just so that she knows it's okay.
She takes she takes a small sip and she's like, so what are you selling?
I mean, nothing but myself. And I give her my charming smile.
She takes a step back and like reconsiders you and just like looks you up and down like that was not what she was expecting out of this interaction. And she kind of scoffs a little bit and is like, and what exactly are you offering then?
A pleasant evening, if you might be interested, and some pleasant conversation, if you're interested.
She knocks back a little bit more of this expensive space scotch. Why don't you roll your intentions here?
I assume this is control.
I mean, I think this is really a fortune roll. Like
Fortune? Okay.
like her turning you down. I mean, it's you just if she says no, she's not going to like break a bottle across your face.
Right. Okay, so number of dice. Do I just get the one?
So you get a number equal to whatever skill that you're using.
Okay.
So even though it's a fortune roll, but you're using a skill to do it. So fortune just means there's not a risk. There's not a supreme risk involved here. Like failure is the only consequence.
Ooh, dang.
4.
Okay, so yeah, a 4. I think that that means that she's like, all right, tell me more. I'm listening.
So I find you quite intriguing. You are quite beautiful and obviously a soldier, as we know before, but I find you on this planet by yourself.
She looks at you like a little bit incredulously, like, how did you know that she was a soldier? Because you found that out through the grapevine. There's nothing about her here that screams that, really. Maybe
Oh,
like,
how did I find that out? I don't remember. I thought I was told that.
you were told that when you were like asking around in the bar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can rewind it.
No,
Yeah.
I already said it. I'll roll with it.
Cool.
No, I mean, however you want, because like if you don't, I'm sure Face would remember.
Right, right. So I would say something to the effect of like, in my line of work, we have a lot of contacts. And when I was researching things for the race, it was one of the pieces of information I happened to pick up.
So she's a little bit more guarded, and she's like, and
I'm just saying I found you intriguing.
what's intriguing about you?
I mean, any number of things. I have what I would call an actual legitimate physical art collection, which I consider extremely rare.
I'm so sorry, I didn't catch what you said that you had a collection of.
Legitimate physical art collection.
Thank you.
I run around on dead planets with crazy racers.
So what, you've got this art here?
Oh yes, it's on my ship. I keep it with me all the time.
She like looks over to where all of the different ships are parked, like, because she didn't watch you come up like from over there, and she's like, all right, which one?
Oh, that's us over there. Point to the Pangalos.
It's not the worst ship I've ever seen.
She looks nice from the outside, but the inside's even better.
All right, show me.
All right, so I'll walk her over, and I will bring her to my quarters.
Okay. I think you need to roll a second time to
Okay.
seal the deal here. You've not run her off, but let's see how impressive your art collection really is.
Dang.
Oof.
Not having the luck tonight.
See?
Yeah.
See, you should have gone with that callback instead.
So yeah,
I figured this would be more interesting.
you can have a pleasant conversation if you'd like to maybe try to get some information out of her, but she's not going to sleep with you.
Okay. Works for me. So I will actually try to give her a sway to get a little bit of information out of her and say, to be honest, I have a very educational interest about you. I just find it very odd that someone like you would be out here on the planet by yourself, and that's why I took an interest.
Okay.
So I would say to her like something to the effect of, you know, in my profession, we see a lot of interesting things, but this has to be one of the more interesting things I've seen recently.
Is there anything in specific you're trying to get out of her?
Just kind of like, did she basically just ditch? Like, is she... I'm I'm trying to get like a reason why she would be out here. Like, is she still a soldier with the army, or did she abandon her post, or does she do this on the side, kind of thing? Like,
I see. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a roll for that.
were you using fortune again?
No. This is definitely there's some consequences potentially, but I
Okay.
think it's still controlled. Like
Okay.
in a controlled role, if you fail, then you still have the option to like back off without pressing further. Like if you go down this path and you see her, oh no, you got 6. Fuck it.
Now I get the 6.
Well, yeah. So you are. How come you have 4 dice?
So I get +1 from the thing.
For which thing?
I'm looking.
We're not. I mean, are you talking about just passing through? Because that's deceiving people as ordinary citizens is what you get the +1 die for that. Or is it something else that's in speaker?
So that's probably what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that one is when your heat is 4 or less, you get +1 die to deceive people when you pass yourselves off as ordinary citizens, which I don't know.
I don't think
Yeah, I guess I'm not
can
passing
at
myself
this
as an
point.
ordinary citizen. So
No.
all right, so we'll go with one of the 5s then.
Okay, so we'll go with one of the 5s then, and that means
Sorry
that
about
hesitate. So you can either withdraw and try a different approach, or else do it and accept a minor consequence. You have to decide before I'll tell you what the consequences are, but you can. I can give you an idea. Like, let's see. With this tactic, I think that your consequence would definitely be that it's going to put you and or the packet loss onto the 51st Legion's radar.
that.
Oh no.
So you can keep pressing this button to get the information, but you'll be it's gonna put things into motion.
Yeah.
Or
let's-
you can back off.
Like, if she really starts to, like, give me any kind of indication that she's, like, seriously not comfortable with this line of questioning, I would switch it around and just be like, so what do you find interesting about, me? Or do you like the ship? Or, I would change the subject to something that would allow her to speak instead.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think she would spend the evening talking about like some of your art pieces.
Mhm.
But I don't think that she would divulge anything about herself.
Okay.
You learn that she has a mediocre knowledge of physical art, but an interest in it.
Mhm. So before she leaves, I do tell her if she ever needs anything that's not quite by the book, I guess I'll say. You can, like, leave a message at the
Ooh, that's a lot of sound there.
Yeah, that's very loud.
What is?
Your fan?
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever
Oh.
the background.
That's weird. It shouldn't be picking that up.
Oh, it's a lot quieter now. It was just.
gone now. I don't know what
Probably
happened.
what happened is the mic was auto adjusting.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Well, apologies for that. I just went and turned it off because I don't need it on right now. But yeah, I have like all the noise gates and stuff up, so it shouldn't have been picking that up because it usually doesn't.
Yeah, it just all of a sudden decided that it was going to.
Apologies.
So you're gonna like slider your number and be like, hey, if you ever want to do
Not
it.
my number specifically, because I am not going to give her that direct a connection.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I'm just like, sometimes, like, Face knows sometimes cops can't get stuff done by the book. You know, so he's like,
Mm.
look, if you ever need anything, like let me know because I think you're pretty cool and interesting.
As long as the army's not going to come after us, that's fine.
Right,
Because
right.
she's she's part of the army.
She's not cops. She's army.
Well,
Mhm.
yes, I'm just saying it's kind of the same kind of rules for the
Yeah,
army.
definitely.
You know what I mean? Like I was using that as an example.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
you.
totally.
We can get things smuggled for the army.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about the army so much as her, but I mean, there is a possibility that maybe the army needs something smuggled in somewhere. If
Right.
they need somebody to get into a planet below the radar or something like that, it's possible.
It's
And hey, if we're gonna have a favor from somebody, the army's a pretty good place to have a favor from.
yeah, I don't think you have a favor, but
No, if we
you
do
have
something for them,
the
is what I mean.
potential to gain a favor. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Well, you don't get to clear any stress, but you did
Oof.
did what you did.
I mean, I'll
Yikes.
take that.
This-
Rindis, would you like to do a
Yes.
downtime action?
Yes, I need to do the recovery action. Because
Oh.
I got fucked up last week.
You sure did. And as I seem to recall, originally you were going to be like carted off, but then you were like, no.
The armor.
You
The
wound
armor
up like
resisted a little bit, yeah.
you wound up not leaving, but still passing out and still traumaing out. But yeah, you got a cracked rib and your badly bruised cracked rib.
hmm
No good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no good. So I was seeing. Oh, hold on.
That was allowed.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
Vacuum?
That is my room being situated next to the kitchen, and people deciding they want to use the blender when they know that I'm doing showtime.
Oh, that's
so-
nice.
So I apologize for that lingering background noise, especially if it's still going. But I had my door open for air circulation, and now I have to close it. It's going to get warmer in here soon. So I'll have to choose between the fan or the blender soon.
Well, hopefully they don't need the blender for that long.
Yeah, it sounds like it's dying down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was seeing here is that we need to roll crew quality -1, or we could have a ship doctor do it. But currently, the way things have been going, do not trust triage. Like, I think it.
Satro's not here. It's
Definitely.
Well, I would just say you could probably roll the doctor thing for triage, but
right.
given the way triage has been behaving lately, I don't think Kasumi trusts triage, especially since she's mad at her too. On top of that, it's like triage has been acting a little fucky, and they cockblocked her, so she's not.
Don't forget to remove all level 1 harm as well, because that's part of recover.
I don't think that
It is. Yep, it is in Scum.
I don't think that glitch had any level 1 harm. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought she did.
Yeah, it shot straight up to 2.
Triage had level 1 harm.
That makes sense.
I think that's what I'm getting confused by. Never mind. Ignore what I said, but that's the thing in general, is that you also remove level 1 harm with recover.
Yes, triage is in a bad way.
Oh no, actually, this one does say it. Clear all level 1 harm.
Yeah. It does. It clears the level 1 harm. It was just that I didn't think you had any.
Yeah, I
Okay,
forgot. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
wait,
trying to heal up that 2
Yeah.
harm.
So yeah, you can give it a try. Well, let's roll a dice.
Okay, so crew quality -1 because I'm gonna go find a real doctor.
So our crew quality is
Cough.
what? 0?
Oh, fun!
So we had the Colonel
Yeah.
Sanders doctor too. If you want to go to the Colonel Sanders.
Nope,
race
Colonel
doctor.
Sanders' doctor is gone.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
Colonel Sanders is
Colonel
gone.
that was-
Sanders'
Oh,
doctor
that's right. He was part of the other crew.
He disappeared
was-
with the
Yeah.
plant
It was
lady and that other person.
It was Commodore
Yep.
Xanders.
Cal
So-
Sanders, that's what his name was. From Space
Giacomo is gone, along with the nice plant lady and the
Sexy tiger woman.
cat girl who was working security, and the
They definitely weren't up to no
guy with
good.
the bright neon orange eyes who was announcing.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of the plant lady, but she's no longer here. So
She's not here anymore.
Alrighty, so what's our crew quality then?
0.
0.
90% sure. It could possibly be 1, but I'm
it's
pretty
probably, even if it's 1, it'll be -1, so it'll be 0 anyway.
Yeah. All right, so
Nope.
where do I roll that? I'm trying to find it here.
You just roll fortune.
Okay,
Yeah.
just fortune. Number of dice. Is it just one?
0.
Wait,
0.
how do I roll 0 dice?
You
It's-
put 0 in the number of dice.
Yeah, if you do fortune,
is
it says number of dice, and 0 is the first option that
Yes,
comes
but
up.
how do you roll 0 dice?
You roll 2d6 and you take the lowest. Is how
Okay.
0 dice works.
Okay. No input value. Well, there you go. Take
4.
the lowest of the two.
You can also use a cred to boost the results.
Yeah.
I do have creds.
But that only boosts it to 3. From 2 ticks to 3 ticks if you did that.
Okay.
You're probably better off chilling out and taking the recovery action again.
Just put some tussin on it.
Well, I can't spend the creds. I don't have enough money to throw. I do have enough. I do have enough money to throw at it, but no, I'm probably gonna just chill out and. All right, so that fills the tick 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's recovery.
Yeah. Do you know what other action you'd like to take?
The other action I wanted to take was working on my long-term goal because I have my AI core now, but I got to fix that body up.
Yeah. Do you want to work on that?
With the 2 harm, is there any? Oh, it's a -1 die.
Yep.
No, no, I'm not gonna work on it because I need to get rid of that -1. So for now, I'm just gonna recover. I'm gonna stay at the doctor a little longer.
Okay. And then you can roll the same thing again to recover.
Fortune, throw.
4 again. 2 more ticks.
It's a 2 because
Yeah,
it was
lower.
slowest.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
So 1.
Derp a derp, because it's 0.
Mhm. I'll
So 3
spend
ticks.
I'll spend a cred for that one. Get it to 4.
Okay.
That way it's almost done.
Hmm.
Yeah. We go. If only triage were not crazy and destroying our toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little busy just pooping.
They can't even take care of themselves. How are they going to take care of me?
Oh, God, I can just imagine them right now, like being like, "Here, let me just get you. Hold on." And
I'll be
like,
right back.
Would you like
You
some
t-
performance enhancing drugs to help with your recovery process?
You didn't wash your hands.
I'm telling you, that was just the best last week. I could totally see them just chasing her around with a syringe. Like, just hold still.
Stay away from me with your with your drugs.
uh-huh.
Stay away with your vitamins.
Your vitamins.
All right.
Vitamins.
Beautiful. All right. Do flashbulb face, either one of you have your other downtime action picked out?
Let's see. I think I want to start another long-term project.
Mhm.
And it's going to be related to my drive. So I'm going to try to identify my progenitor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how does that work? Tell me more.
That's a very good question. That's part of why it's becoming a long-term project, because I don't think Flashbulb rightly knows how to like find this person. But I imagine it's gonna end up having to like go and break into a Yaru facility to go find their records. But to begin with, I think she's gonna try like just like going and let's see, what would she do? Because she's like got criminals here that she could talk to.
There are a lot of criminals here you could talk to.
Because there are 2 people I can think of that I could talk to. One of them is Io, because he's probably a clone. The other is, instead of contacting any of them, is to message Pip.
That's also a choice.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to start with Io.
All right.
Ask Io, because I'm pretty sure Io is a clone. as well. And maybe we'll have like clone solidarity or something. I don't know.
Well, why don't you talk to him and find out?
Yeah, I will. I will attempt to speak to him.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I don't know where he is right now, but he has this like World War II fighter plane, right?
yeah, it's pretty obvious. You can find him. It's actually the orange plane in the if you go out of the Roll20, the art I put up on that.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yes, that's Io's plane
Mm.
or spaceship that looks like a plane.
Yeah, so she's gonna walk over to it, expecting that he's probably there, because she also doesn't know like what group he's part of or anything.
Mm.
She's gonna like knock on the door.
Yeah, and I think he was probably just chilling out there. Like, I feel like he didn't want to be like the first person to leave.
Mhm.
Like he wants to be seen after after Ellen's vehicle went missing and be like, hey, it wasn't me. So yeah, he'll come and open the door. He's wearing like just like a tank top, and you can see that he's got a tattoo on his chest. You can only see part of it, like up to here, but you can tell it's huge. It's the planet Jupiter across his chest, and down his arms there are a lot of small dots that at first would look like freckles, but as you look at them closer, they appear to actually be like moons.
Mhm.
And going across like his shoulders is like the ring around Jupiter.
Right. Flapshaw's not big on old Earth history, but you know, there's some of those things like Jupiter is the stereotypical gas giant even out here. So
Yeah, it looks like a gas giant
yeah,
that's orange with stripes on it, you
it's
know.
got a big red spot on it.
Yeah, you can't see that part because of his shirt, but
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it has a big red spot on it. Well,
Yeah.
I know it has a big red spot.
we on an out of character level though, but Flashbulb has no idea. Just like,
Yes. So yeah, he like opens the door, and his hair is like braided back in like a tight queue
mhm.
going down his back, and he's like, well, I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm full of surprises.
And he like stops and like looks at you a little bit closer,
Mhm.
and he starts to reach out his hand towards your face, and he says, may I?
Yeah, she's like, sure.
And he like pulls down your sunglasses to look in your eyes. You're Lotus, aren't you?
She nods. Don't usually go by that name nowadays, but yeah.
I don't blame you. He like gestures for you to join him.
Yeah, and she'll like actually like pull down her like face mask and like take her sunglasses off for this.
Mm. This is a very like small ship. It's very
Mhm.
cramped, but there's like a little breakfast nook, you might say, where you can both sit down and have like a little table in between, and he can like make you coffee. It's not nearly as good as the coffee that caution tape would make, but you know, it'll do. And oh, that's pretty. Thank you, Estani, for that picture of Jupiter. Love it. So he says, I feel like you have a lot of questions.
You're not wrong. I mean, I don't see a lot of, you know, us outside of, well, facilities.
Aha. I'm not a clone.
It's like she like goes like her face is like, pass that by me again.
My mother changed her name to Yolanda before I was born.
She gets it. She's like, she a Lotus?
Was, yes.
How long ago was that?
That I was born or that she passed away.
Both.
She's been gone about 5 years now.
Hmm.
I'm and he like has to think about it because like I don't know, space math for
Yeah.
you is weird. He's like, I'm 30, 35. It's hard to tell sometimes with deep space travel.
Do they still use astronomical units in this?
I don't know. Weird. He's like,
There's probably like the hegemony has like a standard dating unit.
Mhm.
So yeah.
yeah, and he's like, I'm not entirely sure which homogeny standard date I was born.
She kind of just shrugs, just like, well, according to, well, the Yaru, I wasn't.
That's interesting.
They consider us manufactured, so.
I should have known.
Yeah. Well, the eyes kind of give it away a little bit a lot of the times. But I actually was curious, since though you're not a clone, I was curious, and since your mother was a Lotus, I'm actually looking for someone.
Who are you looking for? Another Lotus?
In a way, it's a little complicated, but I'm looking for our line's progenitor, the first, or the person that Lotus is based off of. Maybe her name was Lotus, maybe not. I have no idea.
Well, that's an interesting question.
I just don't know where to start. So I thought you might have, I don't know something.
I can ask my mama, but unfortunately, with my mother gone, I don't have any first-hand information for you.
I'm pretty much in the dark, so any information is nice. I'm not just gonna go break into a Yaru facility anytime soon, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. We traveled a lot when I was growing up, and when I found my way here to the what do you call this sector? Gosh dang it.
Procyon?
Procyon. Thank you. I have to look at it every single time. I found my way here to the Procyon sector. My parents stopped all contact. I got one message from my mom. From my mama when my mom passed away. But without her, well, even with her gone, my existence is highly illegal. And, well, I'm sure you know what the Yaru do to copyright infringement.
Yeah, that's a way of putting it. You wonder why I wear the glasses and all.
Oh, I don't wonder.
You see why. Gotta say, though, she, like, looks around the ship. It's an interesting vehicle you convey yourself in.
I guess I'm looking to history just as much as you are. And he like points at his chest, this, and like circles around to me in the vehicle. These are all memories of old Earth.
Kind of puts up an eyebrow, just like, Earth, huh?
I couldn't tell you when I became a gosh, what is the right word? Connoisseur is not the right word. Like connoisseur, but about information.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm trying to think of the words too.
Feel like
Buff,
there's-
history buff would be like the
Sure.
thing. Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
like at some point I became a bit of a history buff, and well, it's pretty fascinating where we came from.
You know, my crew, one of my members of my crew talks about it a lot,
Yeah.
but I never really had an interest. I'm here, and I'm not going to Earth anytime soon, so don't think anybody is, to be fair. But
No, I don't think so either.
well, it's definitely interesting, if nothing else. But for me, I don't know. If really the line really goes that far back, then I'm a bit SOL.
I don't know how far. I don't know how far it goes back. This is my own personal obsession.
Hmm. Oh, I just like thanks. I just like I feel like we'll see each other again, but even just in case we don't. And she like slides she slides like from her like comm device a basically her comm number. It's like might as well stay in contact.
Aficionado. Yeah, that might be a good.
Aficionado, yeah.
Thank you, Estany. Yeah, he'll take it and like you know, message you back so that you get his number as well.
Cool.
I figure we will see each other around. Now, you said a member of your crew was interested in was talking about Earth history.
At least she mentions it a lot.
Who's this crew member?
She's just like leans back in her chair. Well, do you know what ship I'm on?
He thinks about it for a bit and he's like, I think it was the packet loss.
She nods. Yeah, so our crew's is an interesting bunch. We've got myself, my bot friend, Caution Tape. We've got our doctor, Triage. We've got our loving and lovely Face, who is very creatively named Face. And we have, well, the person we were just talking about, who seems to mention Earth history so much, Glitch.
What's her deal?
She's an engineer. She's got cat ears. She has
His eyebrows shoot up. He looks very interested when you say
She-
she has cat ears.
She would be very offended if she heard you say cat ears.
Yep, exactly. She knows exactly what she's doing. It's like cat ears. She has a thing for aliens.
He kind of thinks about it. He's like, oh, we have something in common.
Oh. Well, she came with the ship, so to speak. Leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the racing circuit, I go by Frederico.
very good. That's out of character. Very solid name. How do you spell it?
Fredrico.
Okay.
Actually, I may have fucked that up. There may be an extra Y in there.
Frederico or Frederico?
Frederico. There's
Okay.
F-R-E. No, yeah, I didn't include an extra vowel in there, but look at my great notes.
A. Frederico. Okay. It's a space name. It doesn't have to be right.
Frederico. Yeah.
Well, I'll save that then. Be helpful to know. But if you want to meet the crew, well, I would say you're welcome, but I think I'd have to pass it by the rest of them. Don't want to bring mysterious people on the ship, you know?
Well, I definitely mysterious.
So much so. I mean, we've had stranger. Have you ever heard of a Xeno named Pip?
He stops and like thinks and goes back through his memory. He's like thinking about it. He's like, doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Usually remember Xenos.
We met him on a job. Met them on a job. Very interesting. And that's probably about all I can really say about them because they are an enigma.
Interesting.
Oh, I should also say, if you want to contact me again and you don't want to use my call sign, I do have a guild name, technically. She's like, I do actually technically have a name if you want to contact me. It's Miranda.
Whatever name you prefer, I use, really.
I would say Flashbulb. That's what I go with. It's what the crew goes with.
Flashbulb it is then.
Anyway, well,
You're free to call me Io if you prefer. It's shorter.
As long as nobody calls you Freddy, we'll be fine.
Yeah, like he makes this disgusted face. Like, definitely not Freddy.
Well, I'd love if you met Caution Tape, but Caution Tape I think is a bit busy. What? Just like it just thinks for a second. Just like, what is Caution Tape busy with?
Who's Caution Tape?
Oh, Caution Tape's my bot friend.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've been very, very helpful and with me since I started racing. So I didn't make too much of a name for myself, luckily. Otherwise, authorities coming down for a potentially clone pilot is never a good thing. But I'm far enough out from that for that not to be a problem.
Just gotta stick to these backwater pirate races, huh?
She nods, just like, I mean, yeah, of course.
Same, really. Yeah, I'd be fascinated to meet your friend.
Well, if you'd like, I'll talk to the rest of my crew, see if we can get on. Otherwise, I think we got a little bit more time here. Bring them out and can meet them. Been a good friend.
Lovely.
Anyway, she finishes her coffee and gets up. I should probably go, but if you know anything about, well, your mother or anything else about the Lotus line, I'd appreciate it.
I'll see what I can find.
And she's like, puts her sunglasses back on and gives them away. She's like, I'll see you later.
Yeah, and he'll see you out.
Yeah. Cool.
Good deal.
Don't know if I got anything from, like, it's still going to be my goal to, identify them, but.
No, definitely. Yeah. I think he may come back to you with some information later.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I will think of another way to try getting the information that has an action roll attached to it. Also, is it a clock that I start for that, or like?
Yeah, it's definitely a clock. But how big is this clock?
I don't know.
I think it's probably 2 clocks. Like,
Okay.
I think the first clock is like find out how to track this information down,
Mhm.
and then the second clock is going to be acquire this information.
Yeah. So find info on my progenitor. Acquire info on my progenitor.
And I think you probably get something here.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that interaction was like a consort. If you roll 0 dice,
If I roll 0 dice, because he's unfortunately not considered a
friend, no.
or an unusual culture Xenos. Because I have potency for those rolls, but
I mean, yeah, I don't think he's an unusual culture Xenos. He's not. He's more human than you.
He is technically.
Technically.
Weird technicalities there. Yeah, sure. I'll roll with 0 dice. That's fine. I mean, I didn't expect, like, you know, it was just figuring out where to start.
No, fair enough.
Is it a fortune roll or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I expected.
1 dot.
1 dot. How long's the first clock?
Probably 6.
Okay. And the second clock?
Probably 8. It's gonna be more difficult to find.
Figured. Okay.
Cool. That was a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Face, do you have an idea for your downtime?
I have some long-term projects of my own that I can work on.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do my fashion thing on the spot.
No.
I had 2 going, right? If I remember correctly, or did I just have one?
They should be on your character sheet. The only clock I'm seeing on your character sheet for a downtime project is Mission Impossible face masks.
Go on, do tell.
That was to have like the that was the disguise ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess I can, since we're with a bunch of crazy pirate people, maybe they would have some information.
Yeah, so, you might be able to get a hookup here.
So I'll go digging around, try to find some shady people.
Everybody here is shady.
That's the whole planet, man.
Literally.
I try to find some shady people that might be tech savvy.
That's like your crew, man.
That's your crew, and also the fact that we are at a place with a bunch of people who race.
I mean, they're gonna be like vehicle tech savvy and not necessarily
are there any
printing tech savvy?
Though that is a question. Are any of the people from the Wreckers here? Since they hired us. Okay, we're their representatives.
But they're off doing something else.
Okay.
And or they could not be seen here or have it tied back to them.
Okay. Well, we got two factions that we're somewhat friendly with that we could try tagging. One of whom is probably here, and that's the Maelstrom, because they're pirates.
No one from the Maelstrom was racing, but that doesn't mean that no one from the Maelstrom is here, because the what is the name of the Black Skulls owes allegiance to the Maelstrom, like
Mm.
pays their dues, so to speak, to be pirates in the Maelstrom's areas.
They pay tribute.
Yeah, exactly. So there may be one or two people here from the Maelstrom just chilling. If
The
you
other-
want to try to
yeah.
find someone.
And of
Yeah,
course we
Have a shot.
yeah, because my other thing was the other person you could call up, because we've had interaction with them before, is Keycard.
I was thinking about that, but we dropped them off on kind of like a stealth mission just recently.
Mhm.
And in addition to that, I know with the way that conversation works, I wouldn't be able directly to speak to her right now.
Fair.
So
I mean, you're in the same system, so you can call up planet to planet and still talk in real time. But you're not on the same planet. That is very, very accurate. And also, you definitely dropped them off for a stealth mission not that long ago.
mhm.
It's definitely been a few days at least, but probably has not been more than 2 weeks. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's not enough time where I'm comfortable potentially blowing their cover, you know.
I get you. It's just a suggestion because the Bornica Syndicate is the other people we're
Mhm.
good with.
I mean, I know they're specifically tech savvy too.
Mhm.
So that was one of the things that I was thinking, but I think I'm going to try to stick with the Maelstrom because we're on planet right now. So I will go.
Well, yeah, if there's someone from the Maelstrom here.
Yeah, so I'm basically gonna look into the Black Skulls portion because, like you said, they owe allegiance to the Maelstrom. So I would probably start in that vein and start asking some questions around.
Let's find those pirate techs.
On those
Okay.
pirates.
So you're like, hey fam, where's the Maelstrom at?
Pretty much.
Don't ask me to help you because you know who's part of the Black Skulls?
Chas.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Chas.
Fucking Chas.
Chas, I do.
I mean, you can go ask Chas.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
You would know if there are Maelstrom pirates here. Chas is the one who would definitely know. There's probably other Black Skulls here, and they're probably wearing like Black Skull patches on the back of their jackets, similar to what Chas has.
I feel like that would be a much better bet.
Yes, you want to go talk to him?
Yes, I feel like anybody other than Shasta that is a Black Skull would be a better bet.
Okay, sure. Let me give him a name. I'll tell you who you find. That is not the random name generator I was looking for. I'll just take one from this list. Here we go. All right, their name is. Oh yeah, they go by Kit. That's a good one. Yeah.
Is David Hasselhoff nearby?
Nope. It's not it's not a car. It's a person. So Kit is a Black Skull. She's got like she was one of the bookies. Yeah, that you were like kind of rivaling out there in the crowd.
Okay.
She's got green hair, and it's like done in a very anime style, you know, where it's like pulled up into a bun, but then like also has like loops that go around. Like not just like 2, but like 4 of them that go off in different directions.
Nice.
And then connect back into the bun in the back. And she's wearing like one of those belt pouches for storing money in, you know. And she's got those like shiny, like rainbow iridescent skirt, you know,
Mhm.
and a faux leather jacket with the Black Skulls patch on the back. And also her boots go like all the way up to her thigh, but there's still like an inch gap between the top of her boots and the bottom of her skirt.
Nice.
She's got style.
Yeah,
Yes.
big style.
Big
I-
style, 80s anime.
So-
Big style.
So I pick her up and just return her to our ship. 'Cause she was based on description alone.
She's my next character if Flash Gold goes away.
Seriously.
Okay.
So I go up to Kit and I say, very nice work on your books.
She gives you like an up and down look, like that's a weird compliment to give somebody.
I mean, being complimented on your work is definitely a good thing.
She's like chewing bubble gum or something. She's like, yeah, I do a good job.
Okay.
And then she goes back to counting money or whatever she was doing.
So I guess I would ask her, I was looking around for some people and I was hoping that you might be able to help. Do you know any of the Maelstrom around here? We have some contacts that I'm trying to get a hold of.
Yeah, I like know people, sure.
I
But
liked her a lot more before she started talking.
well, this kind of information does not come for free, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you be asking for this information?
Well, you look like you've got a lot to offer. It looks like you did pretty well with your books too. Am I right? I see
For
you
sure.
out there.
I certainly did.
Unless you got something other than money. Like
I mean, I definitely have
drugs?
the money.
Ultra whiskey.
Ultra whiskey, drugs.
Too bad we don't have any of the good ones.
I was just gonna say we're out of the
Any of
fun
the got
one. We got
To be
rid of it all, guys.
Hey, one of
Gotta
our
use better than
one
one.
of
Gotta use fun one. Like
one of our items, loadout items, is illicit drugs.
it's true.
Mhm.
You
It's
can
true.
name
I
what
do-
that is.
I do have illicit drugs, I believe. Hang on.
You can potentially have illicit drugs.
We all could potentially.
Yeah, most of us have drugs. It's true.
I do indeed have illicit drugs. So I say I have illicit drugs.
just that.
Yeah,
I just have drugs.
I do specifically that. Would
I
you
have
like illicit
drugs.
Sam? I assume we can just say that illicit drugs are the fun one, or does it have to be like a specific?
No. I mean, it says illicit drugs. That means they're illegal drugs. Yeah. I mean, if you want it to be the fun one, sure.
Okay, so I'll tell her I have, because that would just kind of make sense that we just have a little bit left over from the run.
Sure.
So I'll tell her I do have some of the fun one, and I have some space scotch.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a party. Let's go.
All right.
Like, what did you want to do again? Like,
I just wanted to know about some potential Maelstrom contacts.
oh, like, sure. Like, well, like, give me the drugs and then I'll hook it up, okay?
All right. So once we get back to the ship, I'll take her into my room and I will give her some of the drugs.
Is that what
Mhm.
we're calling it now?
Oh, that's how you're indulging your vice. Oh, okay.
I mean,
I was. It's in the back of my head for sure. I was like, oh, how exactly? This girl's a little weird, but whatever.
I mean, if
Pick
you
her style.
if you'd like to propose that's part of the party, then
I was certainly thinking about it. I will definitely roll a sway to take it in that
yeah,
that direction.
sure. Let's see it.
All right.
Roll a sway here for me.
Four.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Will she be swayed with lots of drugs?
Lots of drugs and space scotch. Is scotch what the ladies are clamoring for today in our spacey future?
I don't know, Glitch.
I mean, he could have gone with the ultra whiskey. It would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, she's an ultra whiskey. Yeah, so I believe that do the drugs give you potency? No, they're not that good.
They're not those kind of pharmaceuticals.
You take the fun one and space roids for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's willing to indulge a vice with you, and she'll give you some information along the way.
Like during, because I want to see that scene.
I think this is before you are both high out your mind that you get this information. Alternatively, the next morning when she has to tell you again.
Awesome.
Yeah, the breakfast after. Could you repeat all that?
Let's go over this again.
Write it down.
All of those things. I didn't.
I'm gonna record it right here with this handy fork that I have. That's a recording device.
Oh, he's not recording the night before. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I didn't say that, but
all right. So let's see if I overindulge here.
1.
Hey, lose one. Yeah, there you go.
You gotta get that point in insight at some point.
Could be helpful. Brilliant. So she tells you that there is one of the people from the Maelstrom that was kind of hanging out here, named Appletini. And well, he goes by Appletini, and he's been around, and she can point you out to him.
Sweet.
Is he from Bantrill?
Maybe. He is now.
Is he related to
Go find me an Appletinis to go with my space scotch.
Yeah.
Firebrands. It was a good time.
Yeah. Cool. So I guess we're gonna go talk to Appletini then.
Yes, that is the plan.
Cool.
Are you gonna drink Appletinis with Appletini? Or is that too on the nose?
As long as he's down for an Appletini, I will definitely have an Appletini.
We are at an hour and a half. Does anybody need to take a break?
Yeah, actually a break sounds absolutely lovely.
I'm down for a break.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's take a quick 5 then. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the With Advantage commercial like I always do. So
Nice.
It'll be a 5-minute run, and then we can come back once everybody's good afterwards.
All right, back soon.
Sounds good.
So, what is With Advantage? With Advantage is a charity event hosted right here at Forgebreaker and put together
Are we
by
off?
some pretty amazing individuals.
I'm just gonna sit here and
cover
look
the D&D
smolderingly
and
at the camera.
tabletop RPG community.
You guys can still be heard, yeah.
And it's
Hi,
a means for
everybody.
us to spotlight those that
I'll be
we have
back.
lost or
That makes that
have been
comment
affected
even better.
by
Don't
Alzheimer's
you
or
wish you could see
dementia.
my smolder, chat?
This event is
On that note,
also a way to bring the community together to raise awareness and, of course, money for Alzheimer's research through the Alzheimer's Association. On November 4th through the 8th, our players will participate in a series of one-shots, a bunch of 3-hour events with one specific goal in mind, celebrating those affected by this disease. And for every $10 donation, our players will earn advantage tokens, which they can use at any time to benefit themselves and their party, and to solve puzzles and have fun and enjoy this game that we love, and do so with advantage. But that's not really why we're doing this. We're doing this to raise awareness to a very serious condition that affects more than 5.8 million Americans every year, and to raise money for research into a cure so that someday we'll be celebrating our first Alzheimer's survivor. In fact, why don't you check out this video, which really puts things into perspective of just how deeply this disease touches the lives of people all over the world. This event is something that's become very personal to me and those who signed up to participate as well. For me, it was my father and my grandmother, both taken by dementia, and I saw firsthand with my father watching as his health declined and everything that he was would slowly deteriorate. It was the most helpless feeling I've ever experienced in my life. And knowing there was nothing I could do to save him didn't help. But that's why we're here doing this. We've added some incredible sponsors to our event and brought in some veterans of D&D and tabletop RPGs to bring something truly unique and something that touches so many of our lives, and to celebrate those that we love and our families. So with that, we ask that you tune in November 4th through the 8th from 4 p.m. until 1 a.m. every single night for With Advantage, so that maybe someday we can find a cure for this disease so we don't have to do this anymore.
Alrighty, commercial's winding down, so it sounds like everybody's making their way back in.
I'm here.
Yeah. I need to figure out what to do for dinner, because usually I have it cooked before the show starts. But having no money and no food in the house, it's been kind of... I don't know what to do.
Yeah, my lady came home from her vacation and started cooking dinner, so yay.
She went on vacation without you.
Every third Thursday, or sorry, Wednesday, every third Wednesday of the month, the Woodward down into Tehachapi is free admission.
Oh.
And so she drives down there, skates Woodward, and then like stays down in LA, skates Venice Beach, and then comes back up.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
So she doesn't do that every month, but she tries to do it at least
As much as possible.
Yeah, especially like during the summer when the weather's really nice.
In the end of October, going into November, right before the With Advantage charity, Shay and I will be on vacation again. And this time we're going to Florida with her family, so I get to meet her family this time. And we'll be gone for a week, which reminds me, I don't think it interferes with this game at all. It would be the 25th, which is a Friday. So I would leave for the airport pretty much like after we're done, because I'm catching a red eye to get to Florida at the same time they do from Maryland. And so it's like I literally time travel because it's
Fun.
going there, and it takes like 6 hours, and then it jumps 3. But yeah, I'm red eyeing, and I'm getting there in the afternoon when they get there. And then by the second, oh no, I'll miss one Thursday, Halloween, but I imagine other people want things on.
That seems likely.
Yeah. So Halloween Thursday. I imagine at least Rhys will be occupied with parental duties.
Yes, unfortunately, Halloween is a very big thing in my family. So
Yeah. And well, we were just talking about that. I'm gonna be on vacation that week, so I'll be unavailable too. And it's like, oh, that is Halloween. It seems likely that everybody will be at least somewhat busy. Okay, so cool. That works out. We can mark our calendars that day will be busy, but I'll be back by the 2nd, so it's mostly my own shows that I'm going to be owning.
Well, we'll see. But I know for me, I won't be that busy, but I'll probably just go and, I don't know, do stuff. I'll do this spooky
games.
Spooky stream game, and then like go run a role-playing game or something. I don't know.
Go find a cool party. Go host a cool party.
Yeah. That's something like that.
That's the wrong button.
It's been hella days since I've hosted a cool Halloween party.
Yeah. It's going to be the last day of Inktober, too.
So we actually used to have an annual Halloween party, and then children happened, and
and we used to have an annual Halloween party, and then depression happened. So
I get that too.
I love seasonal depression, because around the winter time, that's going to kick in for me.
I live in a place that's warmer than I used to live in, so at least it won't have to deal with snow and sleet and all that.
I'm actually very excited. I am so done with summer. I don't do heat.
I'm done with summer too. It's been a surprisingly mild summer here. It started hot, and it probably hasn't gone much higher than 105, which is extremely unusual for Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had hotter days here. So
yeah, and it's like we've had some hot days in the start, but usually we're not looking for things to start cooling down until late October, early November. And I remember last year, like, it was basically we were still into November and it was still in the high 90s, and it's like, this is not okay. And so it's like a couple days it's been in the 90s, and it's like, this is so nice. People are like, it's hot. It's like, not here, it isn't.
I just hate humidity.
Yeah, that's I mean, in New Jersey, that's the biggest thing. It's like, it's 101, but it's just like you walk outside and you're just completely sweating immediately.
I'm one of the reasons I moved out of Boston because of the
Mhm.
weather. So I understand. I get you. I feel that.
Well, now that
But
we're all back,
yeah.
Yes, we are all back.
we can play a game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We can do the thing.
We can do the
On
thing
a planet with no weather.
That's
it's-
accurate.
Yeah.
because it's a
On a planet with
planet.
no weather.
Yeah.
And a horse with no name.
In a town with no name.
So, you're gonna talk to Appletini?
Yes, I'm gonna go talk to Apple Team.
Okay. Yeah. So, he's got, he's like, okay. My immediate impression is that he's like Jane Cobb. He's like buff dude. He's got some heat strapped to him, and he's got like a knit cap,
Oh, yes.
and he does not look like a nice person.
He has such a nice name.
Maybe that's ironic.
It's a call sign.
I mean, it's a call sign. It's a
Well, if he's from Bantril, I know what I know what his deal is. He's
I see
related
you.
to
Yeah,
what's his name? God, was his name Jace? Was his name
Yes.
Jace? Yeah, his name was
Jace
Jace.
one of them. Jace was the bad one.
His name
Yeah.
was Jake Bellerin.
Oh, no.
Almost.
He must
it was
die.
very close.
He must die.
We did for context, because I did this before the break. I will say this now for context. Kelsa and I played a Firebrands game in which she was playing a Bantrish, which are the nobles of Bantril, and all of the call signs of all the people in her family were cocktails.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. I will say that so I don't keep making this reference and nobody understands it.
I just enjoyed that his name was a cocktail, especially in Appletini.
Yes.
Yes, Apple TV made it.
Because
even
who
better.
there was Cosmo, there was Appletini, there was Moscow Mule, I think.
Oh gosh, yes. Here's my terrible drawing of Jace with his hat and his belts across his chest, and then also a jacket with crazy shoulder pads.
I'm digging the fedora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a guy.
He was a guy.
He was a guy.
Yeah. Your character's was Midori Sour?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was, and like I feel like it was. I feel like
Yeah.
Midori Sour's right.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. But this man is here now.
Yeah, his name's Appletini.
So I will walk up to said Apple TV and say, "Excuse me, do you have a moment? I know someone. We might have a mutual friend in Satani. Name ring a bell?"
Yeah, he like looks at you and like sniffs and like thumbs his nose. It's like, what of it?
I was wondering if you might be able to get me in touch with somebody from the Maelstrom that has knowledge of underground tech.
It's like, it's both a big ask and also pretty obvious answer.
I mean, if it's a pretty obvious answer, is it really all that big an answer?
He like mad dogged you for a second. What exactly are you looking for, pretty boy?
Looking for something to conceal my identity. Maybe have some face mask created. Got a job coming up.
He nods kind of slowly, like, all right. Looking to buy some high quality materials?
Mm-hmm.
I could hook you up.
So what would you be asking for?
Why don't you make a roll? Let's see how many ticks you get on your little clock here, and I think that'll help answer that question.
Long-term projects.
It's a long-term project. It sounds like you're schmoozing here. Am I mistaken, or is that correct?
Yes. No, I'm going with the schmoozing.
The schmoozing. All right.
So should I use consort? Because technically he's not a contact.
I don't think that this would really be a consort. I feel like it's more
That's why.
a sway, because this is someone you just met. You don't
Okay.
have any kind of clout with them.
Yeah, because he's not related to your heritage or background either, from the sounds
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
5, that's 2 ticks. It's not bad. It's not bad. Also, if you would like to spend a cred, you can turn that into 3 ticks. Or if you would like to spend 2 creds, then you can turn it into 5 ticks. Neither of those will actually finish your long-term project, though.
Right.
So
no, I'm gonna hang on to my cred for now. I will go up by the 2 ticks. So my
Okay.
progress is at 4.
cool.
And I will just leave it at that for the moment. Because we kind of ran into a cred crisis last time. And I don't want to run into that again. So
Yeah, he's like, all right, I gotta put in some calls, but I can have something for you. A couple days, maybe.
sounds good.
Faster if you can slip me some cred.
I'll
You're like,
slip
nah.
them. I'll slip them some, illicit drugs or I said like
You already
I'll have
spent
a-
your illicit drugs. You don't have any left.
damn it.
You slip him a detonator.
So yeah, you're out of illicit drugs. He suggests that, but he's not gonna be offended if you be like, nah, just it takes as long as it takes.
So I said I don't have any cred on me, but I'll get you back if you need anything. Just let me know. I got a lot of contacts myself.
Like, give me a number, I'll give you a call when I get the product in hand.
Okay. So I'll give him like a number, basically like a voicemail drop off.
Sure.
Because again, I'm not giving these people like my cell phone number, my
Sure.
space cell phone, if you know what I mean.
Fair. There you go.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay.
So is that everybody's downtime?
I think so.
Wow.
We did it.
We did it.
We did
now
it.
Now we got to figure out what else to do. Let's find a score.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I mean,
kind of score do you
That
want?
was my thing is I actually wanted to reach out to Satani because we haven't spoken to her in a while.
It's true.
Ooh, that's
We could
fair.
also we also can do just RP stuff between us, but let's go.
All of those are legitimate options.
We might as well reach out to Tani.
I mean,
It's a good idea.
were you going to introduce the crew to your new friend?
Oh yeah, just the crew to Io. Yeah. Yeah. So I think after that, I imagine Face you come back from your meeting with Appletini.
Yes.
The sweet meeting you had.
Sweet meeting.
And I think Flashbulb, like when you get there and Glitch, you're just like resting and recovering. You're doing some good R&R. Flashbulb's kind of just like gets everyone together. It's just like I thought it'd be important because usually we don't want to bring, people we don't know onto the ship. But I had somebody I thought y'all would like to meet.
Sure. Who was it?
Io from the race.
Oh, one of the racers. Yeah.
She nods.
Seemed
It's like,
interesting.
yeah. It's like I thought I've talked to him, but it seems like a good a good egg, so to speak. So
That was
Well, I
the
mean,
one
what
with
do you-
the interesting
like-
Earth plane, was it not?
she nods, just like, yeah, that one.
Fascinating.
I told them a bit about you, so I thought you two might hit it off a bit.
Her ears perk up a little bit. Really?
Mhm.
I'm surprised. What did you tell him?
Oh, that you had an interest in Earth and in aliens.
And that you had cat ears.
She leaves that out.
Yeah.
She leaves that out.
The bushy tail starts to wag a little bit. Oh, flashbulb. I didn't know any better. You might become a better wing person than face.
Oh, you ruined
Flash
I
was just like,
said might.
it.
well, I do a lot of flying, so
It's true.
It's
I'll give her that one.
like, well, that's fair.
There's like a little dum change
Mhm.
from caution tape.
Yeah, I was just gonna say caution tapes in the background, like
Yeah.
so good.
It's just like the little monkey from that one CG movie. It's just it just reels it away.
well, I can. He'll be here soon. I'll give him a message and can all meet him. He's a nice fellow. Yeah, so I'll message out, just be like, hey, you want to, or Frederico, just being like, hey, Cruz said it's cool. You want to come over and meet, introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Just so you know, I am out of illicit drugs. I am. I have more illicit
Look, the rest of us have illicit drugs. It's fine.
So sure, yeah, he'll swing by. He puts on a shirt.
Oh, just kidding.
I'll find my only shirt. Hold on.
I mean, I haven't described the shirt yet.
Oh.
Actually, this is the one outfit that I never actually successfully drew him wearing, which is like, the shirt comes across like around his shoulders. It doesn't come over his shoulders. So you can see like the edge of the tattoo and a few of the moons. And then it like comes about to his elbow, and then it's like long and ruffly. But like the ruffles go all the way across like his chest and down in into the center. Like it's like the arm, like the ruffle for the arm that goes down, like comes across, and in the center like goes down. It's hard to describe, but basically it's just the shirt is made out of ruffles, like entirely out of ruffles. Basically.
I feel like Face approves of his interesting fashion choice. So
And his pants are very tight. Just throwing that out there.
It's like just a detail. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean he's very tall. I think his hair is probably down again to come and for visiting hours. Yeah, and so he'll knock on the door.
Yeah.
knocks on the door of the spaceship.
It's just like, door opens, It's not
Yeah.
like we can go and open it, really.
Great. So yeah, he gives Flashbulb like an up nod, and it's like, so introduce me to your crew.
I'll come with me. I think caution tape's there with Flash. Was like, oh, first person you can beat. This is caution tape.
And he like opens his eyes a little bit wider, and like I picture caution tape like standing up on their legs is like not quite the full height of a human. Like normally is like maybe chest height or
Yeah.
so.
It's like the size of like a fantasy dwarf is like kind of where the height is.
Yeah. So Io is tall. He's like 6'5" or something. He's pretty tall. So he like squats down when you introduce him to caution tape, and like puts out a hand. I was like, well, this is a pleasure.
Yeah, I think caution tape is usually shake people's hands, not just so it like they put their like one of their manipulators out, and or actually two of them. Usually it's one that's like no two, and like puts it out and just kind of squeezes a little bit, just like this is how it's supposed to be done, right?
Close.
This is how organics greet each other.
Yeah, I think this is important. This is up to you, Saintguard. Caution tape gets a little knock on the back of his brain.
Huh. Interesting. Caution tape does, not flat. I think, God, what would caution tape do? What would this poor little robot do? I think it would just like I think it would acknowledge it and like basically just like acknowledge it and like put it in like storage somewhere, being like, this is a weird occurrence that I should probably talk to somebody about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like the caution tape just logs it and doesn't really
Quarantined it.
anything else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Io like kind of gives a half smile. It's like, you weren't expecting that, were you?
And caution tape just like does a beep boop of like, no.
Question mark.
No, I wasn't.
Mark.
And he's like, didn't mean to pry. I'm sorry. And he like lets go of the manipulator and stands back up. So, who's next?
Well, if you'll come with me, is Io a technomancer? That's what I'm.
You know.
Anyway, but flashbulb like next it brings him to, I don't know if, I guess, who's closer, Face or Glitch?
So we would probably be standing there waiting because you said
Right. Okay.
coming there. So I would
Yeah.
assume you'd be like prepared to meet this person.
Okay, then she bring Io over to the both of them and just like, this is Face, and points over to Face, just like, again, the suavite of the crew.
Yeah, he's
Pleasure, and I'll put my hand out.
yeah, he smiles and gives you a very pleasant handshake, and it's like, nice.
Flashbulb says you're good people, so welcome aboard.
I appreciate that.
And this is Glitch. And she motions over to Glitch.
Yeah, and he turns to Glitch and like takes a moment to just drink her in for a second, and it's like, I've seen you around.
Oh, have you?
You have a distinctive profile.
Oh, yes. It's not hard to miss. Just tail wags. And she'll offer her hand.
Yeah, he'll take it and he'll kiss your hand.
Mhm. Well, it would seem Flashbulb was not wrong. You are a charmer.
I try.
You will have to tell me about your ship once you have a moment. I'm very curious to know more about it as well.
I heard you were a lover of old Earth.
Yes, that is true. I have many holovids of the recorded histories and works.
I would love to compare notes. Perhaps we can work out an exchange between our databases. I may have some you've not seen before, and I'm certain you have some that I have not.
Of course, I could show you a thing or two.
I'd be very interested in that.
And she'll give a sidelong look to Face.
I'm trying to think of like what Face's like, would Face have any kind of interest in Earth at all, or would Face just be like, meh, it's kind of just another pen, you know?
Earth.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you have an interest in physical art, right?
Yes.
Is it like modern physical art, or are you like interested in like artifacts?
Probably a bit of both.
Then you might, I think. if you're like
Yeah.
have some interest in artifacts, being like, oh, old Earth stuff, be like, oh, that's like, if it looks cool, like.
Gotcha,
No,
gotcha.
yeah.
So is Earth like a lost planet, basically? Is my understanding?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Like it's there's some people that rumor out there that the Homogic Center is old Earth, but just been renamed. There's some people out there that like some weird ass side galaxy contains old Earth, and again, it's just been renamed. Like that, the legends of Earth persisted beyond the like people left Earth, and back when space travel was painfully slow, and by the time they really started like using the gate network, the whatever had been Earth was so different than the people remember it when they left that they probably wouldn't even know it anymore. So
Gotcha.
likely one of the planets within the homogeny used to be Earth, but
By the time they got back there, it was something else.
they changed the name. It'd been through so many leadership changes that
World War 17.
yeah
Or Earth never existed to begin with.
Mm. Earth was a construct the whole time.
This is all a simulation.
Yeah.
it's there's rumors abound. Like all of those theories are out there, and all of them are considered with various amounts of legitimacy.
There
Like
are even some people that think that they lost track of Earth because it was flat, and so you can't see it on all the planes of existence in space.
Yep.
And so
that's definitely one of them, and someone is going to come at it from the right angle and just see the disc there, and everything will be
they'll find it again one day. They just got to come at it from the right
Wait,
angle.
are you saying that it's on the back of a turtle and some
I was
elephants?
gonna bring up the turtle.
Yeah, the turtle just
different
woke
planet,
up and
definitely
left
different
one
planet.
day.
So what I would probably say, like, I may have an artifact or two still left over from Earth. I'm not so interested in the planet as a planet, but the mementos of our past are certainly intriguing.
I'd be interested in seeing any art you might have. Perhaps I can evaluate it and see. Is pedigree still the right word for art?
Heritage?
Heritage, maybe?
What's the description of the word you're looking for?
Like if we can trace it back to whether or not it was from Earth.
I mean, it's basically archaeology. It would be heritage, I think. Is the word.
Okay, so heritage, sure. Like, but there's like a word of like in
Origin.
Yeah. There's like a word in art of like trying to determine like
like who
of like who did it, like
who originally painted something, that kind of thing.
Right, yeah. But like this is just, did it come from Earth or not, kind of anyway. He's like, I'd love to look at it, basically.
Oh, I almost forgot. We have a member of the crew isn't here, but she's a bit indisposed. Our Dr. Triage, I was telling you about her earlier.
It's kind of like smirks.
We just hear a flush in the back.
And like,
indisposed.
I see. Well, I wouldn't want to bother her.
Yeah. Apparently something happened at the race, but we were both a bit busy, so. Yeah.
Indeed.
You didn't happen to see those characters that like what was he? The man, the old bearded man in the medical tent. What was his name? Count Sanders, was that his name?
I didn't stop by the medical tent.
I only know because Triage chased me with a syringe, but
that sounds like quite a story.
It's a long story that I'm not going to go into right now.
Maybe another time, Flashbulb. Maybe another time.
Maybe.
Oh, that triage.
Yeah. So, this art or those
Sure.
old veins?
If you want to come this way, I can show you a few things. I don't know if the rest of the crew has seen mine.
Like he looks at Glitch and he's like, I don't think this will take too long. You should come with me.
All right.
As they all cram into face.
Yeah, Flashbulb's just gonna join along, just be like, sure. I mean, I'm
Sure.
pretty sure I've seen most of the ship. but
Providence.
Sure,
Oh,
what the fuck not?
thank you. Asri,
Providence.
you've been the best. Thank you.
Pretty sure Faces fit more people than this in his group. I'm just saying.
Almost 100%.
He's like, don't worry, we can make it.
I do this all the time.
I mean, not all the time. Like, orgies are expensive. Come on.
Also, you
the
know,
cleaning cost alone.
also you gotta you got crewmates. You gotta, you know, considerations.
The
Assuming
walls are
doesn't
so
mind.
open.
I mean, I feel like my quarters almost have to be soundproof, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, they're not. They really should be.
They really should be.
Really
We-
should be.
We need the upgrade for
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say next ship upgrade,
Soundproofing.
soundproofing on Faces quarters.
Yeah, what would that be? There's no quarters upgrade. Stasis pods.
Stasis pods. Nice.
Shields.
Shields.
No,
That's
there
a
should
good one.
be like
Higher
Huh.
level cargo holds. Yeah, I thought there'd be like quarters or something, but that's blades, not Scum Villainy.
yeah. Well, yeah, you assume that you have some kind of thing, but you know, you
I
can,
mean,
we can do something to make that happen without it being like that could be like a long-term project that really anybody could work on.
Yeah, I could probably work on that for you once my robot's built.
So I feel like I would have a few different things. I would probably have like a bust sculpture of someone, maybe like a piece of like a Romanesque column, and probably like a picture of like some Gothic architecture cathedral type of thing.
Okay, yeah. So he'll come in and like examine your arts. Do you think any of these actually came from Earth, or are they reproductions, or are they just something we would think of as similar to Earth, but actually from a different place?
So these are things that he would associate with Earth, but I don't know how legitimate he thinks they are. Because not really knowing Earth, like these are the things that he is told that came from Earth. You know what I mean? As opposed to knowing that these things are actually from Earth. So
Gotcha.
I think that's he just kind of associates them with being Earth-like.
Okay, yeah. So I will give them a okay. Sorry, it was like a burp, but it didn't want to come out. Anyway, yeah, I will take a look and just like eyeball all of them. He has like a little pocket scanner he takes to the bust and like does like a 360 scan around it, and it's like, out of all the pieces, this is the only one that seems to be in the correct time age range to actually be from Earth, but it's hard to say for sure. I'm sure you don't want me doing deep level scans on it. I'd have to take it back to my base, and it's a complicated process.
I like to keep it with me. To be honest with you, I find them interesting as far as pieces are concerned, and they calm me down, but I don't specifically care one way or the other if they're from Earth, to be honest with you. I just know that these are things that are associated with Earth. So I thought you might like to see them.
I do. I appreciate this. Would you mind if I took photos or vids?
Sure.
Yeah, he'll take a small tour around again, capturing images of your art. I'll do some research on my side to see if I can find the provenance of any of these pieces for you.
Of course, any information would be appreciated.
It's a little side hobby of mine. We'll see if I find anything.
Sounds good. I've always been interested in art.
Turns right away from Face before he even finishes talking and is like, so, Glitch, I heard you had some vids?
I did.
Mm.
Did you want to go watch one?
Oh, yes. That's
Face is like, don't use the claws.
And she shakes her head. And no, I think my court.
Yeah, he'll follow you to your quarters and watch some Earth vids.
Yep, and she probably hits the lock on the door before anybody else who thinks they might be going to.
Yeah, I
This
think
is like-
I think when after Glitch and Io leave, just Flashbulb puts a hand on Face's shoulder, just like, I've never seen somebody turn away from you so fast.
he turns around and puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, it's okay. She's been eating it for a while now. After that whole debacle with Keycard.
Yeah.
He just nods, just like, I think we did good. I think we did good on this.
Meanwhile, poor Theta is like, oh man, I miss her so much.
I feel like Flashbulb and Face are like, good.
Good.
We did good.
We good? Good.
I think she'll pull up one of her vintage films then, and it's probably Airplane.
Classic.
Documentary of early Earth early Earth travel.
Yeah, and she's like, she does. She's like, well, considering that you're such a fan of ancient aviation, I figured this documentary might be a good one for you to look at. And yeah, she pulls up Airplane.
Hey, you're
Yes,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
At least she didn't pull up Soul Plane.
Snakes on a plane, even.
Oh, Snake. I heard aviation back in those days was really dangerous.
I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane.
The best version of Snakes on the Plane is the Camden version.
The Monday to Friday Snake.
I'm sick of fucking flipping snakes on this Monday to Friday. So good. So good. It cracks me up every time.
There's definitely, I feel like there's a few movies that will be perpetually remade
Yes.
that were old Earth movies, and one of them is Snakes on a Plane.
It's a timeless classic.
Absolutely timeless classic. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's like three movies. There's like Godzilla, Snakes on a Plane, and like, oh god, what would the other one be?
I'm gonna steal the joke from Nostalgic Critic, where it's the animated remake of the live action Lion King.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would just Snakes on a Plane and Godzilla are just eternal, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely
forever.
Snakes on a spaceship.
Sharks.
Sharks on a spaceship.
Perfect. Can you imagine that swimming shark in 0G? Terrifying.
Sharknado's on a spaceship.
Perfect. Flawless victory. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that he offers to you in exchange is Sharknado's on a spaceship.
Fuck yeah.
Classic Earth.
But I've been looking for this.
Yeah, I've wanted to get my hands on this one in so long. I've had most of the Sharknadoes, but this one has escaped me for so long.
Yeah.
Sharknado is held as a visual masterpiece in this day and age.
Wow. That says a lot about visuals in this day and age. Oh, fuck. The 3 movies that made it from old Earth: Godzilla, Snakes on a Plane, and Sharknado.
That's it. Those are the only ones. All other ones are fake.
I mean, we have homages, just not actual.
Yeah,
Never the
we
actual.
didn't get to keep any of the real classics.
Hmm.
Coincidentally, their porn parodies did survive. Casablanca, everybody loves it.
I'm like so not surprised that the porn parodies would outlast the original pieces. Like
Ugh.
that follows very much so.
Yeah. I imagine Spaceballs survives, but not Star Wars.
Mm,
I mean, Spaceballs is amazing though. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
It's
I
true.
love Star Wars and all, but Spaceballs is Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Spaceballs was pretty amazing.
This is an unlisted wall. I told you never to call me on this wall.
Anyway, sorry. That was a...
Yeah, we went on quite a tangent there.
That's fine.
Look, it's
Uh,
important world building. Important world building.
Very true. Very true.
So, Glitch, you have a very nice movie night with Io, which can proceed as you prefer.
Yep.
Here's your dinner.
Oh, thank you. So
Ooh,
much.
dinner.
Food.
Food.
I got delivered dinner because my lady is the best.
Do I need to roll anything? Because it is very much a space Netflix and chill.
Roll for your chill.
Roll for chill.
What can
How
we
chill are
say? What can we say
Uh,
except you're welcome?
Yes.
there's no role here, unless you would like there to be one. If you're trying,
No. I'm not gonna attempt that again.
Okay.
Well, maybe. Could I?
Glitch is gonna bump it up to desperate, you know.
Could we say it's a sway to add him onto like a contact list or a colorful friends list? Because she'd probably reach out to him too.
I mean, you can start a clock to put him there. I mean,
Yeah.
you can get his number,
Hmm.
and you can start a clock, but that would count as a downtime action, which you don't have.
I don't have any of those now.
You can spend a coin in order to I don't know, give him a good night out.
I do spring for the ultra whiskey.
You order delivery from Warren, and the fastest spaceship manages to get over here in less than a day. It's very impressive.
I'll spring for the ultra whiskey then, so that I can make it a thing.
Sure. Yeah, spring for the ultra whiskey.
All right, time to do another job because I'm broke again.
Spring for the Ultra Whiskey sounds
So-
like something from Clockwork Orange.
So if you're doing that, if you're going to be spending the coin on this, then you roll. I think it's a 6 o'clock to add him as a friend, as opposed to just a,
As a non-tick.
as an acquaintance.
Okay, sway.
Yeah.
And would you say that this is a desperate roll? No.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I mean, I think it's a fortune roll, really. Like,
Oh, okay. I can do fortune.
there's even if you roll a 1, you're still gonna get a tick. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
he doesn't hate you. You gave you
We had a
exchanged
good night.
movies and saliva, among other things.
Any number of dice to add, or leave it at 0?
You leave it at you leave it this. So whatever your sway is, which is 1. So you'd have 1
Okay.
on your dice. Yeah.
Alrighty, so 1 for sway. Input 3.
1 tick.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, you get 1 tick on your BIO's friend clock.
BIO's friend clock. Hell yeah.
Hashtag
Best
BIOS
kind
friend.
of clock.
Groovy. So yeah, you're out of money. You guys want to think about what your next score is going to be?
We should think about a new job.
We should figure it out. We were going to contact Satani.
Yeah, that was what we were
Yes,
gonna do.
We're going to contact Satani. Yes. Cool. Let's contact Satani then, and let me roll a fistful of dice here.
Not a truck full.
Not a truck full.
Oh, that was on the highway. Did you guys
Wow.
see that?
Yeah.
Those are d20s. That's not what I wanted to roll at all. Here we go.
All of the numbers.
I see 1 6 and 1 1.
But there were no 20s or 1s in the other roll.
Strangely enough, I mean, this isn't about success or failure. It's a random chart.
Oh,
so-
I figured. I would be very scared if somebody had a 12 and something.
Yeah, I would be too.
We're noping out of that mission.
This is a tier 8 faction.
Yeah, what up? God, what would be a tier 8 faction? Like the hegemon himself?
Like they're like every single hegemonic fleet combined, probably.
Yeah.
Led by the hegemon, yeah.
Just the entire hegemon. It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got okay.
If you want to hack the planet, you roll against a tier 8 faction.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet. Yeah.
I'm just going through this real quick here. So you guys are calling up to Satani, right?
Mhm.
Are you all gathered around the table?
Yeah, we
Are
can do this together.
Are you guys still like hanging out on Boftama?
Have we left planet? I feel like we have at this point. I mean, that's up
I
to.
don't think we have anything else to do here. So
Yeah, we don't.
We're probably close to the gate because the gate has to open in order for us to call her. So.
Well, no,
So
you're
she's
you're the same
in
system.
Rin. She's in Rin.
Yeah, you're in the same system.
Oh, awesome! Even
She
better.
lives. He just lives in the Maelstrom, which is why we can't like
We'll
direct.
park on the edge of the maelstrom to contact her again. I
Let
guess.
me bring you back over here. So, you guys are currently here, and Satani is over here. So you go boop 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 boop. You're probably not all the way over there
Oh,
yet.
little ship. Has that been there all the time?
Ever since I put the new map on, yeah.
Awesome. I like it.
Or the Cove, not the Maelstrom. Maelstrom's the group.
Yes, the Maelstrom live in the Cove, which is a hidden pirate base inside of the Ashtari Cloud.
Right.
And the Ashtari Cloud is where you get all your weird
Communion materials.
Yes, exactly. Let me also get rid of all of these. We don't need them anymore. Let's see. So we've got so that's that. Let's see. Okay. Okay.
This should be an interesting job.
No, it's gonna be an interesting job. So, okay. I mean, charts are hard.
Big tables.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me, everyone, while I just take a bunch of notes. And then we've got... Oh, I need another die. I didn't roll enough. Great. Brilliant.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would it not be fine? Okay.
It takes a long time to contact Satani. What
Yeah.
do we either do we watch an old Earth vid from Glitch, or do we play a video game? What do we do?
Yeah, the phone's just ringing and ringing and ringing. And eventually she's like, "Oh, sorry, dearies. I was out in the garden."
You have a garden?
Of course I do. I'm retired.
I feel like she wasn't actually out in the garden, but she's not going to tell us what she was actually.
Yeah, I know, but she was just like,
Garden can mean a lot of things.
Oh yeah, she figures, but she was just like, garden? But Satani's not going to tell us that kind of stuff. This is Satani we're talking about.
Absolutely. Okay, so what can I do for you? I see you're in Rin.
We are. We've found a couple of jobs for ourselves. We were wondering if you had any information on what went down with our last mission.
Remind me what you mean by last mission in this context.
The dead guy that was set up for a drop-off. She said she was going to look into it when...
Oh, you mean the first mission?
Yes.
The last mission we had with her.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. It's just the way you phrased it confused me. Yeah, so she's like, well, it was complicated, as I'm sure you understand. I've already taken care of the problem. There's no need for you to concern yourselves, really. It's resolved.
As long as it's taken care of, it's not something that's going to haunt us down the line.
Definitely not.
So we are in the market for another job if you have anything.
Well, I suppose I've got a few. Hold on just a moment. Then she goes and rolls a bunch of dice and checks some charts.
It's her version of tarot. She just rolls a bunch of dice in front of us.
Yes, and she's like, well, this may be a little out of the way. I don't know if you would really want to go all the way back to Breck, but there's a particular ship out in Breck currently that well, some people would like them to be convinced that they need to leave the area.
I think we could do that. That sounds up our alley.
They just need a little bit of encouragement, so to speak, but the main there's really two complications you should watch out for. This ship orbits very close to Isotropomax, the high security prison, and there's hegemonic eyes all over the place, which is why the client can't make this request in person.
What's the ship?
Naming ships is hard. Fireball. Done.
Excellent. 100%. It's a whiskey driver.
Yep. It's called the Fireball, and it's supposed to be, and this is the other complication I mentioned, it's supposed to be completely automated by an AI.
Oh,
That's going to be a very different kind of convincing.
yeah. That's not too bad. You said somebody wanted out of the way, as in not around Isotropa Max, not the other out of the way.
Precisely.
Hmm.
If the other out of the way is the only way, then you'll still get paid, but
Mm.
there's no need for violence if there's no need for violence.
That's very true. You wouldn't happen to know anything about our client, would you?
I understand that they are planning to attempt a jailbreak, and removing this ship will help facilitate that goal.
Well, do we have a time limit?
The sooner the better, but
And what's the pay?
what is the pay? Let's see. What's a good amount of pay? Where's my sheets here?
You're muted, Rindus.
I'm not saying anything important. Just
Alright.
several monies. Give us it all.
They're willing to pay you. They're willing to pay 8 creds for this job.
Looks to the rest of the crew. Sounds good to me.
It seems good. Acceptable.
Well, we only have 3 of our crew here right now. Again, Trash is a little indisposed, but
Oh, poor dear.
She hit it too much of a something. I'm not really quite sure on that. She never really gave me the full story. No. Well, sounds like we're headed out to Breck then. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get rolling on that.
Yeah. Well, we have a job, I think, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Cool.
So you all can head on your way, and then we can actually do the job next week when hopefully Outro can join us.
Yeah. So
Sounds like a good thing.
heading off to Breck. 2 systems.
Yep, 2 system jump. Fun times.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time. So you all have some time to do some prep in between as you travel. Just getting there is probably not going to be too much of an issue, but if you want to get there faster, you can maybe convince them to up your pay if you get it done very quickly.
Ooh.
That's
Base.
always an option you can try for, but you have to do it in an impressively short amount of time for them to be suitably impressed to pay you more.
I think that can be done. I think we can push ourselves to the limit. I mean, this is where I wish we could have upgraded our engines, but we don't have that yet.
Could be on the list though.
Yeah.
High priority.
Yeah.
I also feel like we could go the space map back route version.
Oh, the dark hyperspace lanes.
Dark hyperspace lanes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
Definitely.
you take those maps?
No,
No.
we had ship papers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we needed those ship papers. I don't think we could justify putting it off any longer.
Yeah, I think probably like getting engine upgrades would be a good thing to get, especially if we can tag afterburners, because our ship could use them. Also, of course, getting hull upgrades so we can have those cargo holds that can actually hold people, because that turned out to be useful.
That turned out to be useful. What?
Yeah, it's almost like we had to do the most DIY solution ever.
And it all worked out in the end.
Yep. We definitely didn't break part of the ship doing it.
No.
Definitely not. No.
That was
no.
an easy enough fix, though. Really.
Cool. Well, let's do some XP then. It's a little early, but I think after we go through all of this stuff, we'll be right on time. So,
Yeah, there's no problem because down a person, there's not really much else we can do.
all right. So, for the crew, did you execute a successful transport or smuggling operation?
Not this session.
No,
Not
not
today.
today.
Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
Nope.
No.
Nah.
I don't think so. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
Yes.
Saucy.
Yeah.
Saucy.
Saucy.
We were definitely doing a lot of reputation building.
That was yeah, y'all were pretty saucy today. I will grant you that.
1 or 2 then.
Very saucy today.
I think it happened. I think there were multiple saucynesses.
Excellent.
Extra sauce.
So I'll just put my hand up for it because we
Cool.
were 2 away
Yeah,
from an
I'm-
advancement. So
Yes.
Saucy.
Did you express the goals, drive, inner conflict, or essential nature of this crew?
Ooh,
I think we did it a little bit at least.
I think at least once, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of crossing our T's and dotting our I's for setting up our contacts and stuff, which is all about getting that money. We were expanding our network to keep people in the know of who we are and what we do.
Mhm.
And Face definitely propositioned doing work in exchange for his stuff too.
Yeah.
I think part of also the essential nature of like, hey, we're still like, friendly to each other, where we happen to be able to help out Glitch. you know.
Mhm. Yep.
So 4 in the end? 3
That
or
sounds
4?
right.
Yeah, okay, 4. Cool. So we have an advancement.
Ooh,
Yeah.
which-
So, how are we talking about engines and stuff?
Hey, y'all were talking about some engines. You
we
wanna
were
ask?
talking about some engines. If you need Glitch to slapdash some engines on there, we can do that.
Yeah, so we can either get it's either 2 upgrades or 1 special ability, right?
Right.
Okay. Cool.
So you can put a dot into engines so that you'll have the ability to add better engines
Mhm.
and then also get the dark hyperspace lane maps. Because the actual acquiring of the engine is a
Its own
different
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Do y'all want to do that?
Yeah, I like that idea.
I picture it like FTL where you have to assign the different power to the different stuff. You know?
Yeah. All right. So we're getting another point in engines and dark hyperspace lane maps.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that idea because
No,
our
yeah.
whole goal was to try and get more money by doing this fast. So if we have the ability to increase the engines and take a back route, that helps.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. So that was the packet loss. Let's look at Flashbulb. Did you address a tough challenge with speed or flare?
There weren't really any tough challenges.
No, they really weren't. That's
Yeah.
true.
Very
Did
chill
you
day.
express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? All over the place.
All over the place. This was this entire session for her.
Yeah, there was almost every scene you were in was doing one of those things.
Yeah.
Except maybe the part where you high five Face at the end after IO and Glitch hook up.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, it was me. I'm obviously more than a pilot. I'm a fixer, apparently.
Apparently. All right. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during this session?
Once. And that was the whole Chos thing where
Yeah,
somebody find out.
that happened.
Yeah, so 3.
Chos knows what you're doing.
Yeah. He knows something's up.
Yeah, he's got his eyes on you. He's gonna challenge you to a fist fight.
Yeah, he can certainly try, and then I'm gonna just run away because I have no scrap.
Maybe you'll have scrap by the time that he catches up with you.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna put my points into playbook advancement because I think I'm gonna go look to get side job.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Then let's see. Glitch, did you address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity?
No, I think just like for Flashbulb, we really didn't handle too much. It was a very chill day, so I didn't really do any of that today.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
It was.
Did you... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. Yeah, it was a relaxed session. We didn't really do much of that. So.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Also all over the place. Yes. Because her interest in the old world stuff and
Yeah.
all of that, and her drives, the quest for booty, all of that.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas this session?
No, because I was healing the whole time. So no, I didn't
That's
struggle
true,
with it. I
yeah.
was trying to fix it.
That's fair. I mean, sometimes that's just how it goes down.
Yeah, I'm hoping she'll be recovered by the time we get to this job. Otherwise, that will be yes all the time.
Well,
-1 die is rough.
You need to spend downtime actions to get better, so you're gonna probably still be hurt.
Yeah, I figured as much. We won't get any downtime while traveling.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be hurt then. Yeah,
That's
we'll get that later then. That experience is for later. I'll bank that.
You
down the
could
road.
have taken your downtime while traveling instead of all of it still on buff Tama, but
it still would have been for healing. So
right, you would have spent it exactly the same way. Basically, on this trip where you're heading over there, you guys are using your brand new, dark space lane maps and pushing yourselves to go as fast as you can to get there quickly, so you don't really have time to just
makes
heal.
sense.
That's what we got from Kit was the dark hyperspace lane maps.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Face, did you address God, why I keep saying it? Well, I know why I keep saying it. Did you address a tough challenge with deception or influence?
Yeah, I think so. I talked several people into getting some information that they were not exactly willing to part with.
And even when you failed, you really tried. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes, I took several people to look at my lovely art collection, and we talked about my interest in Earth as not as a planet, but as a cultural relative thing.
Sure, yeah. And did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas this session?
No.
No, that's wrong. You definitely struggled with your vice as you tried really, really hard.
That's true.
Someone and got shot down.
That's true. I wasn't sure if that counted.
I mean, I think it did. Like, you were trying to get yourself what's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I think of it? Indulged. You're trying to get yourself indulged. There you go. That's totally what I was trying to say.
You sought solace and there was none.
Oh, that's much more poetic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I think you can get one there from it would have been better if you had just like completely anyway. But yeah, you've got yourself some XP there. So cool. All right. Good job, everybody. Good game. Nice time. Thank you for spending time with my favorite character, Io. I've never actually got a role play as before, so that was great. And don't ask me how it can be my favorite character. I've never role played as Quiet. Don't worry about it. Okay, so yeah, hello, I'm Kelsa. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa. You can find me Twitch and YouTube, KelsaDelphi. I play role-playing games on the internet, and you can find links in the Doodle What Twitch chat and other places. I am currently jamming this game, obviously, on Thursdays here on Party Wipe Games. You can also find me every other Monday on my own channel, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi, where we are playing Consumed, which is a very interesting game where we are all reality TV stars. And you, Twitch chat, and or YouTube chat, are our eldritch horrors that we are performing for. There are specific rules for interacting between the game and chat. It's like a number of different interlocking games. It's very cool. So you can check that out this Monday. We're going to be playing our second session. You can catch the first session over on YouTube. It is mostly explaining how the game works and doing a quick like character creation stuff, and also doing a quick little tiny scene. Then on Tuesdays, you can find me playing some actual D&D. My character Boshko is a half-orc barbarian who has recently earned the title Spiller of the Molten Blood when he killed the aspect of a volcano god. And it's pretty cool, I guess.
Pretty metal.
It's pretty metal. Yeah. And on Sundays, I almost forgot, I'm playing in a Game of Thrones game, Game of Thrones House War, where I play an entire noble house. And my noble house is the most deceitful, just entirely across the board. So that's me. You can find out more about all these things if you follow me on Twitter, as well as get pictures of my little adorable dog. That's also important. So I'll hand this over next to Saint. Yes, that's right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Saintguard. I'm a variety streamer and sometimes GM of tabletop role-playing games. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Saintguard or over on Twitter and Instagram at Saintguard, last name with an LY at the end. I do a variety of stuff, but generally I'm playing either XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, a very, very modded playthrough of it, or Andril, which is what I was actually doing today. However, special thing, on Saturday, I'm doing a celebration of hitting 200 followers over the last weekend, so I'll be playing the entirety of Aviary Attorney, which is about 6 hours. So if you want to watch me do some silly voices and laugh at very silly bird and lawyer related puns, go watch Aviary. Come here on Saturday. Also, because this is important, because this is going to be with Kelsa, I am the creator of a hack of Blades of Dark called Republic City by Night. It is a Legends of Korra hack. Or Legend of Korra. There we go. Not Legends. There's no S in there. Legends of the Elements is a different game. But yeah, we're figuring out schedules for that. Got a couple people on the line, and I still got stuff to work out, but we're figuring it out. It's Friday or Saturday is the most likely days. So, but yeah, if you want to check that out, you can go over to my Discord, or you can hit me up on Twitter or Discord or Twitter and just be like, hey, I want to see this game. And I'm just like, here's my Google Drive with everything that I have, including my checklist of what I need to do. Yeah, so
Fridays for sure. We've got a time slot open. We could use it. Also, I know Shay wants to play it too, so.
I don't know who's next. That's why I stopped.
That's all right.
It's
Popcorn Rhys.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Of course, that makes
because Rhys is
sorry.
last.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's nice and easy. Just follow me on Twitter at Restraken and find me here currently. So that's all I got going on right now.
All right, and lastly is me. I'm Rhys. You're currently watching our channel, Party Wipe Games. Thank you guys for being here. We were like fluctuating between 9 to 12 people all day, which is good because we're usually right at about 8. So the numbers are going up. That's good for this show. I'm really happy to see that even chat was bumping a lot today. You can generally catch us streaming 6 days a week here, currently 5 because our Friday slot is open, and Wednesdays we play over on Forgebreaker's channel, that wonderful channel that we had the advertisement for with Advantage, a charity event coming up November 4th through the 8th that we will also be taking a part of. I will be hosting 2 games during that time slot, one of which is Weekend at Strahd's, which is a very much Weekend at Bernie's inspired adventure in Barovia, where you show up to kill Strahd, but he's already dead. Hilarity will ensue because I won't be able to see the adventure until Halloween, but I plan to pick it up and have it ready in time for the adventure while I'm on vacation. Mondays, you can catch us playing Forest for the Trees, which is my 1920s high fantasy inspired homebrew game, 5th edition. Currently, the party is still split. 2 of the characters are taking part in a civil rights rebellion, and they're currently laying low in a definitely not devil-run speakeasy. And the other half of the party have gone to meet the royal family, and one of the characters found out that they were betrothed to the prince without being told beforehand. So she had the realization that she is going to be the prince's consort for as long as he is alive because she is an elf. And even though she was promised to the prince in the country she came from, she was passed off to be a consort in another place. So hilarity ensued there. Tuesdays, we play Vampire the Masquerade, where, speaking of princes, our Ventru got cold feet when the Prince of Vancouver put the moves on her, and that was amusing. I'm definitely not plotting to kill her sire and her mother, who also showed up at the party that we were at where all this happened. I'm going to Diablerize at least one of them. But I normally play a Lasombra on that game, and it's hella fun because shadow magic and tentacles, fuck yeah. Wednesdays, we are over on Forgebreaker's channel, where we play either Storm's King Thunder or his homebrew game, a Civil War inspired one where we're playing the Aftermath, the children of the people who fought in the Civil War. Thursdays, we are, of course, here. Friday, our time slots are open. And Saturday, we will be starting Descent into Avernus. So stick around for that, because we'll probably do character creation tomorrow, or maybe Saturday early. We'll probably start early Saturday and get character creation done. So yeah. Oh, Sundays. Sunday, we will be playing Band of Blades on this channel. Hopefully outro will be well enough where him, his significant other Nerdfuffle, and Shay, and Rez, and Ark are all the people. It's a bi-weekly one, so I have to remember who's in it. Currently, they're finishing the opening mission, and it's already gone bad for them because Outro decided he was going to be a rookie who accidentally shot off his weapon before they reached the bridge to infiltrate and blow it up. So he put them at a serious disadvantage by alerting all the undead on the bridge that they were there. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow everybody and come back again Saturday to watch Descent into Avernus. But that's it. We're going to go send a raid over. I have Welcome Party RPG in mind today because they're running right now. So let's go say hi to them, give them some love, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Night, everybody.